Smoke billowed from Ricky the Rocket Racer's car. Not again. This was the third engine failure in 5 races. Each time a different, inexplicable malfunction. His championship hopes were going up in smoke. The frustration was unbearable. His crew chief, a grizzled veteran named Gus, shook his head. "Something ain't right," Gus muttered, eyes narrowed in suspicion. Ricky punched the steering wheel, the sting a small price for the fury coursing through him. He knew he was being targeted. But who? And why? The whispers started low, circulating through the pit road like a noxious fume. Sabotage. The word hung in the air, heavy and ominous. Ricky tried to ignore the rumors, focus on the next race. But the doubts lingered, eating away at his confidence. He was a racer, bred to win. This wasn't how he raced. This wasn't how he lived. He needed answers, and he needed them fast. The Daytona 500, NASCAR's crown jewel, was just weeks away. His chance at redemption, his chance to prove himself. Daytona. The name itself held magic, history echoing in its every syllable. For Ricky, it was more than a race. It was a legacy. His father, a legend himself, had won it 3 times. Now, Ricky was poised to equal that record, but the fear of failure clung to him like a shadow. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was deeply wrong. He scanned the garage, his eyes lingering on his competitors, each one a potential suspect. The pressure was immense, sponsors to appease, fans to satisfy. The weight of expectation threatened to crush him. He needed an edge, an advantage. He needed to know who was behind the sabotage. An idea, risky and audacious, began to form in his mind. Jake Maverick Miller, his fiercest rival. A driver known for his aggressive style and win-at-all-costs mentality. They were sworn enemies on the track, but could they be unlikely allies off it? Ricky knew Jake had also experienced a string of suspicious mechanical issues. Maybe, just maybe, they had a common enemy. The meeting was clandestine, held under the cover of darkness in a deserted parking lot. The tension was palpable. Ricky and Jake, 2 titans of the sport, brought together by suspicion and desperation. "You think we're being played?" Jake asked, his voice a low growl. Ricky nodded, laying out his theory. It was flimsy, based on whispers and gut feelings. But it was enough. They agreed to work together, to pool their resources and contacts. It was a fragile alliance, built on a foundation of mistrust. But they had a common goal, to uncover the truth. They started digging, following every lead, every rumor. The deeper they delved, the more they realized the scope of the conspiracy. It was bigger than they imagined, reaching into the highest echelons of NASCAR. Their investigation led them to a shadowy figure known only as the Mechanic. A man rumored to control the inner workings of the sport, a puppet master pulling strings from the shadows. The Mechanic had a vested interest in controlling the outcome of the Daytona 500, manipulating the odds to ensure his chosen driver would win.